Off the coast of San Diego, on a warm night in July 2019, the crew of a Navy warship pointed a camera at the sky and filmed a small sphere moving over the open ocean. It had no wings, it had no exhaust, and as they watched, it dropped straight down into the water and vanished. On the recording, you can hear a sailor call it out, "Splash." That footage is real. It's not a hoax, it's not a balloon mistaken for something else. The Pentagon confirmed on the record that its own Navy personnel shot it. For most of its life, the UFO story has been a story about the sky. But the part the government keeps circling back to, the part that should bother you the most, is what happens in the water. This month, the latest batch of declassified files leaned straight into the unidentified submersible objects. So let's discuss what the US Navy has filmed going in and out of the ocean, and why, of all the military branches, it's the Navy that keeps turning up to record it. Since May, the US government has been releasing its UFO archives in batches through a system called Pursue. The second batch included something new, footage described as a submarine encounter with a transmedium object, one that moves between air and water. The third batch landed on the 12th of June, and the thread the whole release keeps returning to isn't lights in the sky, it's objects in the sea. I've covered a version of this before. The last one was an anonymous leak claiming that these crafts are built in the structure under the Atlantic, the kind of post most people just scroll past. But the files keep coming out and now keep highlighting the same water. Going back to that night off San Diego, the ship was the USS Omaha. On the 15th of July 2019, its crew tracked several unknown spheres on radar and on their infrared cameras. One of them descended into the Pacific Ocean and disappeared, and the Omaha wasn't alone. Over those same days, other ships in the area logged their own encounters. When the video leaked 2 years later, the Pentagon didn't deny it. Its spokesperson confirmed that footage was shot by Navy personnel and that the Navy's own task force had been examining it. A craft caught on military sensors dropping into the ocean, and the official answer was, yes, this is real, and no, we won't tell you what it is. Was this just a one-off, an actual anomaly with nothing deeper behind it? Rewind to 2004. Roughly 100 miles off the same coast, a Navy strike group spent 2 weeks tracking objects that fell from 80,000 feet, the edge of space, down to 20,000, then hung there for hours. When Commander David Fravor flew out to look, he found a white, Tic-Tac shaped object with no wings and no exhaust. But it's what was underneath it that matters here. On an otherwise calm sea, there was a patch of churning white water about the size of a passenger jet, and the object was hovering right over it. Then it shot off faster than anything he'd ever seen. Fravor said all of this to Congress under oath in 2023. His point wasn't that it was alien, it was that nothing in the American arsenal, then or now, does what this object did. Now the counterweight. There was a submarine running with that 2004 strike group, and his crew reported no contact into the disturbed water. So one fair reading is that the Tic-Tac churned the surface from above, not that something was rising out of the deep. And the government's own investigators, the office that reviews these cases today, had said plainly that they found no evidence any of it is extraterrestrial. Hold on to both of these. The footage being real is not the same as the explanation being settled. But here's the pattern that's hard to shake. These encounters do keep happening at sea, off the same coast, and it keeps being the Navy that's there to film them. For a phenomenon everyone files into things in the sky, an awful lot of it ends up pointing straight at the water. And that's where the files leave it. The Pentagon will confirm its sensors caught something dropping into the ocean. It will confirm its people filmed it. They just won't tell you what it was. So I'll leave it where it belongs, with you. If you've seen my breakdown of the 4chan leak, you've now watched the same underwater claim arrive from a second source, the Navy's own cameras. Next week it arrives from a third, because decades ago, a man making a television show says he was visited by people who claimed to be Navy intelligence, and one thing they questioned him on was why his UFO show had nothing in the water. Same question, same Navy. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on what's coming next.